Konnichiwa.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for staying with us until this session. Up to 10 years ago, I was in Japan. First, I studied at the Ishikawa High School and Nagoya University of Technology, and also the Tokyo University. I acquired master's degrees. 2006, I went back to Vietnam, and I started my own studio. So this is the 10th year since I started my own studio. So today, I'm going to talk about the current status of Vietnam cities and how I'm trying to solve some of the issues of the cities with my project. This is the photos of the current city. Population is about same as Japan, very close to 100 million, and the habitable areas are very similar, and the size and also the shape of the countries are very similar. This is the current situation. So it's almost like a concrete jungle, no greenery. And when it comes to transportation, the number of cars are increasing, so that the overall livelihood is deteriorating. The Ho Chi Minh City, 10 million people are living, so that you get stuck in the traffic jam, such as Bangkok and Jakarta. Then, when it comes to greenery, it's only 0.7 square meter per person in Ho Chi Minh, but Tokyo, it's 10.6, and then 60 square meter in Singapore. So if you compare these numbers, almost no greenery in Ho Chi Minh City. That is a big challenge. Therefore, pollution, and recently we start having flood problems, because just a little bit of a precipitation rains, then the surge wave comes in from the oceans. And also because of the overheat and then such a hot weather make people inactive. And in the past, people used to walk or use bicycle and motorbike, and now they are riding cars and even riding bigger cars. So more and more the livelihood situation in Ho Chi Minh is deteriorating. So what we are thinking is that the architecture should be bridging between nature and also people. That's the mission of architecture. So this is a current situation of the town, and we wish to change this to the right-hand side pictures by adding more greeneries and also making a good city plannings, and among other things. I give you one example. This is called House for Trees. I have a friend. One day, that person became so inactive, and the wife said that please design a house for my husband so that he can enjoy the nature even staying at the house. So a bit difficult to live, but if you go out from a bedroom, then go to toilet, you have to go out once from a house, so that when rain are falling, then you feel the rain when you just go on the toilet. So that was the situation in the past, but still he's very sensitive. The house is almost like a tripod. It's a concrete material, but I use the bamboo formwork. So when I remove the formwork, then you see the shapes of bamboos on the concrete. You probably thought it is rather enclosed area, but once you go inside that house, you have a very large courtyard. All other houses around it is just a very concrete and also the iron roof sheet. But suddenly greenery is there, so that many birds come in, and the husband is a bit psychosis, so that he said that he cannot sleep because of the birds singing. But I think that the bird singing really doing good for his brain, and I think his situation is improving. So 5 tree pots are in the courtyard, and the central garden is outdoor day garden. So the architecture or structure itself is very simple. Rooftop trees are okay, not much maintenance services because a lot of rain in Vietnam. And this is a nighttime view. Then trees have grown so much, hardly see the sky from the courtyard. So this is the photo taken from outside. At this moment, almost no greenery. So when you make a new house, we try to plant more trees on the rooftop. Another example, the villa in Ho Chi Minh. I wanted to design the garden floating in the air. So the house and the gardens are layered each other. 2 boys living in the house. So I want to have a continuous space, yet boys can see the parents, and then parents can also see boys' activities, so that the connection between nature and house, and also the bondings between sons and then parents, and layered levels of gardens are there. So this is the courtyard, so that the parents can enjoy a view of the garden from the bedroom. And from the opposite side, you can see many layers of gardens and also bedrooms. Then another example of a house. In this case, we have to make the roof in gradient manners, and also planted trees on rooftop. And inside it is brick cladded, but this is rooftop trees and in gradient style. But this rooftop garden is incorporated into the garden outside, so it is almost like continuous gardens among communities. Another example is kindergarten. The factory workers' children go here, and usually they use bicycles or motorbike, so almost no play space for children. So I designed the kindergarten so that the children can play freely in the buildings, and again they can go up in the roof, and they can circle around the rooftop and then go back to the house again. The workers' children's coming to this kindergarten. So I made the garden as the farmhouse, so that they can grow vegetables for children. Then children can also play around in the farm. So this is very good for children to learn and also play. Another example. This is the university campus in Ho Chi Minh, 2.3 hectare area, 5,000 students are housed in this university. We just started this project, and since there was no greenery, I really wanted to make it almost as a forest. It's very simple. You place tree pots outside, plant big trees, so that the university's campus itself become the area for people to study and also be involved in the sports activities and also just to take a walk. In Ho Chi Minh campus, and we also have another example in Hanoi University. Again, this is a building, very simple. 3 pots are put together and made a facade. It looks complicated in the structure, but it is rather simple. So this is a structure, and the greenery is growing so much from the pots. And this one is about the bamboo. I was asked to talk about the bamboos, so I'd like to give you a few examples. This is women water bar. Diameter is 15 meters. So center of the pond, you can find an art object almost. So height is 10 meters, diameter is 15 meters. It is dome shape, and all the materials are bamboo. Even the lightings and also chairs are made of bamboos. And after that, I was planning to make a 12-meter span bamboo with cantilever and no columns inside. No winter in this city, so the space is almost like a floating on the pond. Planted trees around it, so that this is a space. It's all made by bamboos. And since surrounded by the water, people inside feel the breeze. Sonla is the name of town. It's almost a 7-hour drive from Hanoi. It is in a mountainous area, so we could not use regular bamboos. It was too expensive to transport. So we used the local materials, local stones, and also local bamboos. So it was straight bamboos. Stones were also cut out from the local quarry, and this is a restaurant made of bamboos and stones, all locally procured. This is a detailed photo. I try not to use steel as much as possible. Use the bamboos, and only between bamboos and concrete I used the steel hinge. So this is the photo taken from outside. It's similar to that of Japanese wooden structure, but this is the bamboos, and you can't have much span because of the material. And it looks like the forests of bamboos. The last one is this project. The center of Ho Chi Minh, there is a new development taking place, and this is a community center for the new development project. 2 big dorms and surrounded by 6 smaller domes. And you have lotus ponds around it. And this is a structure of the bamboos, almost like a bird basket. So it looks like this. It is really like a bird basket, and make it bigger. So you feel so comfortable inside. The diameter is 25 meters. The breeze comes in from outside. Thank you very much. So very comfortable space.